with this one right here, we got Dutchavelli done with singing. You got this one right here, just everything else, but you got what the done with singing. Dutchavelli coming into it, and with his whole thing, him coming around with the whole, just this one, the singing, like, especially with the singing, like him coming on with this one, him, so with this one right here, it seems a little, cause with his type of lyrics, he has like a other off skit, off skit lyrics, cause his lyrics is always like, he's always, glistening and all this other stuff, but now you got this one right here coming into it, especially with his whole thing, with this one right here, but I'm not gonna take the benefit off of this and just, screws it. So, but you got what, just Dutchavelli coming into it and him having this whole thing, but you got his, his everything goes with the just his like score chillets.
Yo, Jay, what's good? Hey, Pix, wat zeg je, man?
I'm done with singing these songs. I bet it don't feel so good when you see me on stage and the fans all singing along. I got on my knees and I pray to God, forgive me for all my wrongs. Someone that I knew, that's all it was. Sometimes gangsters falling. Broke out like I thought we would, cause nine don't last forever. Your favorite slogan is for life, I guess that'll make it better. When something is broken, it ain't easy to put it back together. Mom warned me about a broken heart. I guess that I was so tempted when I told you that I got you and I love you, girl, I meant.
I guess I was just attempted when I told you, and he said, it ain't easy, getting, with a broken, heart and everything else. Like, he said he was attempted, in the whole thing. Like, I see how this one, like, it has this switchy lyrics. Like, it's gonna come from a little flows part, and then it's gonna have that little mist, and it's just gonna ransom over, like he said, with the whole thing. But he said with the other mist and the other, it missed it, and these main, ladders this.
God, forgive me for all my wrongs. Someone that I knew, that's all it was. Sometimes gangsters falling. Broke out like I thought we would, cause nine don't last forever. Your favorite slogan is for life, I guess that'll make it better. When something is broken, it ain't easy to put it back together. Mom warned me about a broken heart. I guess that I was so tempted when I told you that I got you and I love you, girl, I meant it. I was speeding in the fast, it feels like my brain's having a hemorrhage. They say memories don't die like people do, but I told you that I got you and I love you, girl, I meant it. I was speeding in the fast, it feels like my brain's having a hemorrhage. They say memories don't die like people do, but I'm still trying to forget this.
They say memories don't die, just like people die, but I'm still trying to get this. Hey, see, the lyrics, like, and that's the half of everything, like, it still comes with it, like, you half of the time, these lyrics is like you trying to reset these and everything else, but with his whole things, like he said, everything comes with a recepting, like everything just, yeah, I feel like everything is just on a mad skyless, like it's just meant to even resemble it or happen, with the whole thing. But he said, it's quick to say, memories don't accept it, just like they would die and everything else, like just the whole thing, like just off another expressories.
I still wish you the bestest. We was ever so young and reckless. I cross my heart and I hope I die. I hope I die. I hope I die. If you never told no lie, you hate it when I don't reply. I still left you to your own device. I cross my heart and I hope I die. I hope I die. I hope I die. If you never told no lie, you hate it when I don't reply. I still left you to your own device. I left you to go multiply, but you still came back cause you know I tried.
Still came back cause I tried, even though he was. But that part right there, he said, that part and that mosquito, and then him saying, that part, like, hey, that's something else, with the whole thing. But he's like the whole thing, how it's just chunk is like this one has like a chunkless, like he's just bringing back, some type of, hit. Some type of parts, like some type of parts that's missing, like some parts that's missing. I feel like, part of this because it's the whole thing. It just collides.
I'm done with singing these songs. I bet it don't feel so good when you see me on stage and the fans all singing along. I got on my knees and I pray to God, forgive me for all my wrongs. Someone that I knew, that's all it was. Sometimes gangsters falling. Fuck that, I keep balling. I'm in the chat where they keep calling. He used to be love, but now it's all fucked up. I don't know what to call it. I told you if he stayed 10 toes down, probably would've got you the mortgage. Back and forth and getting exhausted. I'm putting up with these points you're scoring. Used to be me that pushed you away till you push me away. Now I can't ignore it. I hate you, I love you, I fuck.
Who used to be me? They used to push Wade. Now it's you trying to push me away. Ooh, that one right there. And he said, we just pouring, just like we scoring, and the whole points. Check this, the whole thing. But it used to be me, pushing away. Now it's you, like trying to push the whole thing away. Like whoosh, like the whole thing is just flishy, and it has its main thing. Like he said, it used to be this and that, clicking away. Now it's like it's the other way around. So that mustache list right there, that comes with a whole nother segment.
Fucking hate you, I told you I love you before the chorus. Don't want you to cry, but I told you a lie. It ain't like I won't be here in the morning. Pray God fix these broken wings. I holler at you when I'm back from touring his belly. I'm done with singing these songs. I bet it don't feel so good when you see me on stage and the fans all singing along. I got on my knees and I pray to God, forgive me for all my wrongs. Someone that I knew, that's all it was. Sometimes gangsters falling. I'm done with singing these songs. I bet it don't feel so good when you see me on stage and the fans all singing along. I got on my knees and I pray to God, forgive me for all my wrongs. Someone that I knew, that's all it was. Sometimes gangsters falling.
Someone I knew, that's only one. Like he's built into all one shapes, and trying to ask for forgiveness and the whole thing. That I can only put my trust, especially putting your trust in that, that one. Like he said, put a hole in one. Even the spiritually and the whole thing. Like he said, put in my trust to him, because that's the spiritually. Holy Ghost, that's the everything right there. Like, so it's like I would ask for forgiveness and this and that. Like, truth, that comes with a whole thing. But like it seems like he's writing the song, just putting his whole thing. But it's just a Jansky. Like this one right here, it has so much transcrews and all these things, like just Romulus and all these other lyrics.
Power to learn.
Yes, including.
Hey, but my boy, he got the whole thing done with singing, and then he got that upcoming. Upcoming song too, and it's coming into sales and all stuff like that. So you got another one, Dutchavelli, like especially with this one right here, and him having this whole thing, like he said, a hole in one, and everything else, like him just having this whole thing. But he got his next upcoming song, so make sure you guys most definitely go freeze order that and everything else, cause it has a whole thing. But you got with this one right here, like this one had it was pieces and everything, just kind of missing the whole thing, how you just scan skid everything else, because it had his whole thing to it and had his main just frizzing and everything else. But you got with this one right here, just this whole thing, like the whole thing. But I feel like it was a missing screw or something else, like that was scrolling one, because he had this whole thing just off Lizzie. But as you guys like this, most definitely go watch for you guys yourself, go trolls it and all that other stuff. But like, comment, and with this whole just like strenuous.